He only meant to help a stranger on the roadside, until the flashing red and blue lights reflected off her badge, and her face brought back the one night that destroyed his life. The rain had just started when Daniel Harper saw the police cruiser pulled over on the shoulder, hood up, hazard lights blinking weakly against the darkening sky. He almost drove past it. Almost. His shift at the warehouse had run late. His hands ached, and his phone buzzed with a reminder from the daycare. Late pickup fee starts in 15 minutes. But Daniel was a single dad, and single dads learned to stop when others needed help, because once, long ago, he had needed help himself, and no one had stopped. He eased his old pickup onto the shoulder and stepped out, rain soaking through his jacket. A female officer stood by the open hood, frustration written across her posture. She turned when she heard his footsteps. "Everything okay?" Daniel asked. She looked up, and the world tilted. For a heartbeat, Daniel couldn't breathe. The rain, the highway noise, the blinking lights, all of it vanished. There she was, older, stronger, in uniform, but unmistakable. Emily Carter. The woman who had once loved him. The woman who had testified against him. The woman whose face he had tried, and failed, to forget for 7 long years. Emily's eyes widened too, just slightly, but Daniel saw it. He always noticed small things about her. Her hand tightened on the edge of the hood. "Daniel?" she said quietly, like saying his name might break something fragile. He swallowed. "Officer," he replied, forcing distance into his voice. "Looks like you've got a battery issue." The silence stretched, heavy with everything they hadn't said since the night his life collapsed. 7 years ago, Daniel had been arrested after a warehouse fire killed 2 men. He'd been a supervisor then, young, hopeful, building a future with Emily. An investigation followed. A scapegoat was needed. Daniel was easy. He'd signed off on safety reports he hadn't fully checked. Emily, a junior detective at the time, had testified honestly, clinically, against him. He served 3 years, lost his job, lost his reputation, lost Emily. What he didn't lose, because it was born while he was inside, was his daughter, Lily. "Battery's dead," Emily said, clearing her throat. "Dispatch is backed up. Tow could take an hour." Daniel nodded. "I've got jumper cables." As he connected the cables, memories surged like ghosts in the rain. Emily used to laugh when he worked on engines. Used to say his hands were steadier than anyone she knew. Now those same hands trembled. "How's Lily?" Emily asked softly. He froze. You remember her name?" "I never forgot," she said. "I saw the birth announcement. Your sister posted it." The engine roared to life. Emily exhaled in relief, but her eyes stayed on Daniel. "Thank you," she said. Daniel, can we talk?" He hesitated. His phone buzzed again. Daycare closing. His life was always balanced on a clock now. "I have to pick up my daughter," he said. "She comes first." Emily nodded. "Of course, she should." As Daniel drove away, his heart pounded harder than it had in years. He told himself it was over. Just a coincidence on a rainy road. He was wrong, because fate wasn't finished with either of them yet. Daniel thought seeing her again was the hardest part, until his daughter ran into Emily's arms, screaming, "That's the lady who saved me!" 2 weeks later, Daniel's world nearly shattered again. Lily went missing. One moment she was at the community park, laughing on the swings while Daniel talked with another parent. The next, she was gone. No scream, no warning, just an empty swing swaying in the wind. Daniel's heart broke open. Police cars flooded the area within minutes. Officers questioned parents, sealed exits, organized search teams. Daniel paced like a caged animal, his mind screaming worst-case scenarios. Then he saw her. Emily Carter stepped out of an unmarked SUV, hair pulled back, eyes sharp and focused. Not a trace of the woman from the roadside. This was a commander in control. She locked eyes with Daniel. No hesitation, no awkwardness. "Tell me everything," she said. "Start from the moment you last saw her." Hours blurred together. Search dogs, flashlights, rain again. Always rain when his life fell apart. Daniel blamed himself, just like before. He always did. Then a call crackled over the radio. "Child located. East Trail. Safe." Daniel collapsed to his knees. Emily found Lily first, curled up near a shed, scared but unharmed. When Lily saw her father, she ran, but tripped straight into Emily's arms instead. "That's the lady who saved me, Daddy," Lily cried. "She talked to me on the radio and told me to stay still." Daniel stared at Emily, his chest tight. Later, as Lily slept in the hospital bed, just observation, the doctor said, Emily stood outside the room with Daniel. "I never stopped believing you," Emily said suddenly. "About the fire." Daniel laughed bitterly. "You testified against me." "I testified to what I was given," she replied, voice shaking. "But new evidence came in last year. Another supervisor altered the reports. The case was quietly corrected. Your record was cleared." Daniel's knees nearly buckled. "What?" "I tried to find you," she said, "but you'd moved. I'm sorry it took so long." Tears burned his eyes, not just for the injustice, but for the years lost. The nights Lily cried for a father who came home, broken and silent. "I became a cop because I believed in the truth," Emily whispered. "Losing you nearly broke that belief. But saving your daughter tonight reminded me why I stayed." Daniel looked through the glass at Lily, then back at Emily. "I don't know if I can forgive the past," he said honestly, "but I see who you are now." Emily nodded. "That's all I ask." Months later, Daniel started a new job, safety inspector. The irony wasn't lost on him. Emily visited sometimes, slowly, carefully. Lily adored her. One evening, as they watched Lily draw pictures on the floor, Emily spoke softly. "Some faces never leave us," she said. "Maybe they're not meant to." Daniel smiled, for the first time without pain. Because sometimes, life pulls you over on the side of the road, not to punish you again, but to give you the truth, the healing, and the second chance you never thought you'd deserve.